So we're going to show you today what 3 years of development in Moven looks like, and particularly I'm very excited to talk about the fact that we've developed this app that's integrated into customers' lives in a way that's pretty revolutionary. We think essentially it will put an end to budgeting and PFM, and we'll also put an end to the core retail banking products, checking account, savings account, overdraft, credit card, and fixed deposit, by putting these functions into a person's life to bring financial health to them. So in the Moven app, you see the core feature is our spending meter. Now the app focuses on the spend versus save velocity, your rate of spending versus your saving. It's this constant tension or gamification. And to amplify this, the mood of the app takes on your financial health. You're in the green, in the yellow, or in the red. And this really emphasizes to the user as they're using this app every day, whether they're making good financial decisions or bad. We can drill right down into the spending activity and look at the spending meter or the spending money path and see the activity there, how it tracks against your typical spend. We can drill down into your top categories of spending where the pain points are, and even see within those categories if you're in the danger zone or in the red. So this behavior really gamifies your spending. You don't need a budget anymore. All you need to do is use the tool every day. And if you stay in the green, at the end of the month, you've saved money. That's the difference. Now, when we drill down into the savings components of this, or the real-time receipt, actually, let's show that, Alex. When someone's using this in real time and they tap their phone, or they produce their card, then they get a real-time receipt which shows instant categorization, again with the reinforcement of the categorization and the color coding. But the savings is the new thing we've added into this generation of the app. Now you could add money to your savings vault here by just going straight into the screen and putting an extra $200, but we're going to show you that contextually in a moment. But let's show you how we treat savings. So you go into the savings screen here, and you can see that we don't have goals, we have things that you want to save for. We fundamentally don't believe in the goal paradigm. We think the problem with goals is that once you complete a goal, you spend that money. And part of the trick of being financially healthy is making trade-off decisions between spending decisions today and saving for tomorrow. So with our wish list, we can add items to the wish list that are important to us, such, we can go into things like go into Pinterest or other tools where you have connections to things that are important to you, and just add those into the wish list, such as this, an iPhone 6 Plus. Now the key here is, this is more like an airline miles analogy than the savings goals or budgets we've had in the past. The trick is, how much cash do you have, and what are you going to spend it on today? When you dive back into that wish list item now, the iPhone, you'll see that now the app tells you how long it's going to take you at your current savings velocity to reach that goal. Now let's show you how we deal with savings contextually in real time. So what we do is a user, it has an Apple Watch, for example, will get a notification as they're going throughout their day, time to save, lock away the savings. And then they're presented with $205 below your typical spending. You're in the green. Let's lock that away. Let's try again. Okay, so is it $50 or $100 or $200? We've saved our $200, and we're going to go back in the app and show you how that reflects. So you see the app flavor has obviously changed now. The $200 has moved out of our spending account into savings. We're now $5 below our typical spending for the month in terms of our historical development. But let's go back to savings. We've saved $350. So we drill into that screen, and you can see, well, this is green because savings is good. But let's say we want to utilize some of that money. It's good to have a bit of positive tension here. Do you really want to spend that money? Well, here's where we break the glass. So here's some positive gamification, some positive friction, making the user think about what they're going to use the savings for. In this instance, we're going to pay back our friend. That P2P transaction happens within the app, and we've paid off that wish list item, which happens to be a debt to a friend. So this is the gamification of spending versus savings. But the next piece of this is contextualizing not only savings, spending, and payments, but also credit. So how do you contextualize credit? Well, instead of a credit card, you might get a real-time notification when you walk into a Trader Joe's that says, hey, we know you normally spend $300 at Trader Joe's, but this time you need some extra cash. You've only got $50 in your account. So using their behavior, our predictive analytics, and geolocation, we can provide this notification for this instant credit, emergency cash in the store. We can also do multilingual. So we're rolling this out across many countries at the moment. You guys have heard we've launched with Westpac in New Zealand, TD in Canada is imminent, but we're also launching in Australia, in the Middle East, in Europe, in the Netherlands, in the UK. We're rolling out to multiple countries. By this time next year, we're probably going to have in the order of 15 to 20 million users on this platform across a dozen countries. This is why we announced earlier today the global partnership that we have with Accenture to help us with this rollout. Now, there's no other neobank in the world that has these global plans for global domination of the bank account. But there's no one else also that's come up with a contextualization of the bank account in this way. You don't need budgeting anymore. You just need to stay in the green and you save. You don't need a checking account, a savings account, a credit card, an overdraft or fixed deposit. These are all moments in time when you're using money day to day. And that's what Moven has created, a contextual banking experience based on the mobile phone. Download it, 2 minutes to sign up, and if we can get MasterCard and Visa in line, you don't even need to provision a plastic card. You just use the app. This is what we think the future of banking is, and we hope you'll join us on our journey. Thank you for being part of our story.